therapy today.
Yes.
You are getting therapy today.
Speaking of therapy, welcome everybody. Hello. Yes. Hello, beautiful people out there in Chadland.
What's going on?
Welcome to Cyberpunk Fan of Pain. So thrilled to see you. I haven't been able to stream on my channel for a couple weeks because it's every time I was going to stream, I had some nonsense happening. So it's good to be back. I missed
I'm
you.
back.
Have you missed me? Because I missed you very dearly.
I missed you.
I am Alakazam. I'm gonna let these wonderful people introduce themselves and their characters real quick. We'll do all the big proper projects and shit we're working on at the end. But Art, why don't you start? Start us off. Tell the people who you are, who you're playing.
Oh no, I'm still bad at this.
Just
Okay,
say the name of your character and who you are.
Hello, I am Artemis, and I play Duchess, the gang's media.
Yeah, do love Duchess. The streaming when it's the most inconvenient, as every media should. Never. What's up? Tell us who you are. What you got?
I am Fade, the hot-headed solo.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Quite literally last episode, apparently.
Yes. Yes. And then, Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate. I play Connie, the eccentric tech.
Hell yeah. And then Matthew, please.
Thank you. Matthew, I'm playing Left Side Lily, your humble med tech.
Hell yeah. And of course, you're watching this, I'm Alakazam, and I'll be GMing this nonsense. So, let's jump right in. Now, the last that we had left off, the four of you had actually pulled off a successful heist of a high-speed rail making its way into Night City. Aboard the rail were several crates of weapons, of course, but which you were able to distribute to some of the Steel Vaqueros and allies and sell off some of the others. There were armed guards, including one with a flamethrower who set Fade on fire. That was fun. But most importantly on this high-speed rail was this experimental prototype armor from Edo Heavy Industries. And this armor, which apparently belongs to the mysterious Mr. X, whose train you robbed, not only massively improves the body, like this special exosuit, allowing one to perform superhuman feats, but also has a attachable special carbon fiber wing jetpack, allowing short bursts of flight. Now, both of these, the suit and the jetpack, require specialized, almost like nuclear power levels of energy batteries. But in the meantime, before we worry about how you guys can get your hands on that nonsense, after having dealt with all of this and with the help of the very, very aptly named Handsome, a enforcer for the Steel Vaqueros, you decided to all celebrate. So, what would the four of you like to do now that you have gotten Handsome's invite to meet you all at a bar?
We're going, right?
We're going to the bar.
Yeah, we're going.
We're gonna have a party.
Yeah, that's
I-
cool. Cool with me, cool with me. Drinks
If I
after a
remember
party
right,
are good.
Connie mentioned that she was gonna bug Handsome about his shock bat there that he was using in combat.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
His Fade got really jealous.
That Lily's ears perk up at that, and for once she agrees to go to the bar with everybody.
Well,
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, his bat was better than my bat.
hmm That's true.
Yeah.
I've had this since I was just a wee boy.
Yeah, but his was kind of cooler.
Look, this bat protected us from all of the other bullies when we were kids. Okay, when you're an orphan, the other kids they like to make fun of that. I don't know why. It's funny to them. Maybe they laugh at my hair. Maybe they laugh at Connie's jokes. Maybe they laugh at her shirts.
What's wrong with my shirts?
We did
Connie
wear a
tells
lot
good
of
jokes.
look. We did wear a lot of sailor memorabilia back then. I mean, don't worry about that. But
I'm sorry. Do you want to repeat that? You wore sailor memorabilia?
everybody likes anime.
Did he wear her?
Especially in the
Did he?
Which I would say for Duchess, can you make? Actually, this is a good point. Let me think for a second here. Can you just make a streetwise check?
Streetwise. That is my character sheet. I should have had this loaded. It's there. Don't worry. That's under streetwise. It would be social. Yes. There we go. Oh.
Okay, 16. Not bad, not bad. And the thing is, so you've heard of, but you probably haven't like seen a ton of, but like back in the 2030s and like end of the 2020s, but like 2030s, there was a extremely popular anime in well, you know, Night City, but like also the new USA, just in general. Sailor Sentai, where it was this character who they were a magical girl, but they also had these special separate henshin powers that allowed them to call up giant robots to help them defend the city. It was a very popular show, very weird because they couldn't seem to decide whether it should be a magical girl show or like a Sentai show or like a henshin show. So it was just kind of like a weird blend of all of those. But Sailor Sentai was extremely popular. Unfortunately, its final season they pulled some weird nonsense, and it had like a big backlash against the ending. So like people who are still fans of it are like hardcore fans. Most casual people are like, the ending sucked, and like that's all they ever talk about.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm still gonna stick with my question.
But look, this bat means a lot, and it has to be the best bat. It's the bat that'll defeat all the heavens and the moons.
Did you just quote Sailor? Did you say
Shut
quote Sailor?
it like Fade like puffs up real quick and he like looks down at Duchess and like he gets that really cold look in his eyes right before it. You seen him have it like every time he shot somebody. He's like looks at you, he's like, so what if I did?
There's nothing wrong with enjoying that show. It's a good show.
Exactly. Oh, I know who
Thanks
would
for the
like to go
follow.
out with this. Maybe Sakura. We'll hit up Sakura and like Fade sends her a quick message on his agent.
You send a message off to Sakura, and you immediately get back a quick message that says person you're trying to contact is currently en route using Zarafa's new specialized like transport system. They have not paid for the additional message fee. So basically, where they are, their agent can't get a message back to you. You just get basically a auto-filled message that they're on a trip right now. These are usually going to be high-speed rail, or there's some planes that do it, but it's typically high-speed rail that has like its own net infrastructure. But not ones that go citywide. These are ones that go across state lines. So it seems like she is not in Night City right now.
All right, Fade just puts his agent away. Huh? It's just us tonight. That's rare.
Okay.
I'm sorry. She normally always wants to party.
Well, it's okay. We
Oh
have.
no, I'm still getting fucked up. But what? That it was never a problem. I don't care if she shows up. Yeah, let's go drinking.
I feel like I need to roll a human perception check.
Connie's
Absolutely.
Connie's gonna go over next to Lily and kind of like pat her shoulder.
Can
Might
I
wanna
try a
keep an
human
eye on
perception?
him tonight. He does. It doesn't bode well when the stalker doesn't drink with him. She's the only one that keeps him in check.
Very well. Business as usual, I suppose.
Hey, don't let that deter you from having fun. I want to see you have fun. Come on, loosen up. No,
I
wait,
will
look.
not.
It's okay. We'll buy you drinks. It's all right.
This is as loose as I care to be.
One day. One day.
Well,
One day.
for that, I would say, for Duchess, make a human perception check.
Because that's one
And-
of my good skills. Yeah.
And let's see here, 15. And then I'd say for Fade, if you're trying to hide how you really feel, I need you to make a persuasion check.
Oh, Fade does not. He's not at all. He's like, all right, yeah. I'm still getting fucked up tonight.
Yeah, you can definitely see like Fade is is like, no, whatever, I'm still gonna party and have a good time, but there's a little bit something there that Sakura's not
Yeah.
in Night City, but
Like he's sad, but it's like being sad that my buddy's not coming out tonight. But as far as he's concerned, like she's doing a job. She could be doing she's living her life. It's Night City.
well, who all is going to head out and meet Guapo or Handsome?
All of us.
I think we're all going.
Big
All good.
party.
It's
Woo!
time for a party.
Okay. The bar that he meets you all in is actually not terribly far. You can get there by walking or at worst, taking a short bus ride. It's really very easy. And when you arrive, you can see that it's already pretty loud and raucous from the outside. But like when you go in, the source of all of that commotion is Handsome is literally standing on one of the tables, and he has like two women and one man like in front of him, and he's pouring a bottle on himself that they're like at his navel, like drinking as he's like pouring this like huge bottle of whiskey on himself for them to drink.
Um.
And he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he like as the bottle like finishes, he just like tosses it behind him with like a loud crash. And he like leaps down from the table and he's like, "All right, bitches, leave." And he goes over, "What's going on?"
Oh God! Why do I always have to pick the bad boys?
Connie's gonna use her internal agent and send Duchess a quick message that just says, so this is what you're into.
But Lily will like walk right up to him and be like, we have come to socialize, and I particularly would like to ask you about your equipment.
I'll show you my equipment anytime you ask. And he like reaches to start like undoing his pants.
No, wrong equipment. No, we meant like your bat and stuff. Not that.
Connie.
Please, thank you.
No.
And he, no. All right. Well, in time. Now let's how about we get a couple drinks, sit down, relax. I'll tell you all about my equipment.
Oh God.
The
Yeah, instead
the
of
bat is the unique item.
Oh
Is he
yeah.
The
holding-
rest
his
of your
bat?
equipment, I'm sure I've seen
Does he
before.
have it on his person?
He doesn't have it on him. He actually goes back to the table that he just stepped away from, and you can see like the bat is on the table, and no one is willing to touch it. In Night City, like leaving something unattended for a few moments, especially in a crowded bar, is you're asking to get it stolen. no one even tries with Ansem. And he like picks the bat up, and you can see it's this metal bat that has almost like these Tesla coils, like 3 of them set along the end of the bat. And the whole thing crackles with like electricity. And he kind of like spins it around in his hand. Yeah, that's a little something a friend of mine whipped up for me. Come on, let's all go talking. He tosses it into Lily's hands. Feel free to take a look.
Thanks.
You see, like, Fade swinging
appreciated.
his bat around, kind of like, look, mine's bigger, all like sad to himself. So, did you play
Duchess
much
is-
ball growing up, I'm guessing?
No, I was out getting pussy, but I am pretty good with a bat. I can usually bash some fucking skulls in with it.
Yeah, we witnessed that firsthand. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Yes, your assistance was very appreciated.
Hey, of
Viewers loved it.
course, you know your T is a nice lady. She pays well, and I might not understand all the Espanol, but I know how to get the job done.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Duchess
well,
questioning every life choice.
Yeah, she was really cool.
you got a good arm there, I can say. But you know, and like, Faye like signals over to like get a drink, and he kind of like looks down and puts a coin in front of him. There's a lot of fun you can have with a bat and a couple of drinks. You ever play a good old drinking game I like to call bottle bar?
No, but that does sound interesting. How's it work?
And like, you see Fade pulls out a softball that he has in his like pocket, and he's like throwing it up and down, and he goes and he just like sets it down, and he calls over, he gets a full bottle of whiskey and just like sets it down. It's like, all right, game's simple. You race to the end of the bottle. Once you finish it, you take this here ball and your here bat, and you see who can break the bottles faster. Once you smash a bottle, you finish another, and repeat the process.
Quick question. How many people have died playing this drinking game?
Yeah, pussies do, but men, meanwhile, keep playing, and normally how it works is there's a loser passed out in his own glass because he couldn't finish, and last man standing, well, his drinks are free.
Fade, would you like me to inform you of how many fluid ounces it would take to kill you?
And Fade like keeps spinning his ball and looks at Handsome right in the eye. You ever heard of the game?
I think I can get down with this. And he not all right, and he's like, plus I'm on a good handicap right now, and he like points back to the table behind him. You can see that there's 3 broken full like 5th bottles. He's like, all right, and he orders a couple of drinks, and they bring like 3 5ths. And he like takes one and grabs it in his hand and literally doesn't undo the actual. He breaks off the top and drinks the whole thing in a matter of a few seconds. Like he just opens his mouth and it all pours down into his throat. And then he's like, "All right, now I break this."
Fade throws him the ball, and he gets up and he sets his bottle like about 10 yards away from him. He's like, I'm gonna pitch it to you. Real easy, like, you know, we're not pitching to try to strike somebody out. And he points to the bottle.
All right. And he
Show
holds
me
his
your
hand up,
aim. And he gives him a nice soft throw.
and he grabs it, and as soon as it touches his hand, you see him just and like in a blur, the bottle goes sailing through, smashes the bottle, and embeds itself into the wall behind it.
Duchess has slyly decided to start streaming.
I
like-
suppose it's your turn now, Fade.
Yeah.
Then
Come
she
on.
orders a dirty martini from the person who brought over all the booze.
And like
Break a leg,
seeing
Fade.
this, he kind of like looks over to the others and he grabs a bottle. He goes,
Break a
"You
leg,
hold
Fade.
on to this." He hands Connie his bat, and he just swigs it down. Obviously, not as cool as Handsome does, but he just like he's swigging it down. His like one eye's open, looking at him dead in the face, gritting, and he
Yeah.
like slams his bottle down.
Make a resist
the
torture
breather.
drugs check.
I'll prep a
Okay.
detox kit.
This is going to be
I'm
very
gonna order
interesting.
a margarita real quick.
The
I'll take a
bartenders
pina colada.
come and bring you all your drinks, and in the meantime, you see Handsome calls them over and he's, put it all on my tab. They're with me.
Oh,
I could get used to this. Make it to.
give me
Yeah,
the
my
nice
thanks.
tequila.
Give me that top shelf shit.
Top shelf only. Thank you.
And you can see it's like doesn't phase Handsome in the slightest. Now,
This is
okay,
great.
so for a 14 for your check, it's like you go and you drink down this like whole bottle, like I said, a lot slower and not as like intense as Handsome does, but you feel this like, whew, that is gonna hit. You're like, all right, got a buzz. Let's do it. Just make an athletics check for you to toss that ball.
All right. Hopefully, my athletics is no longer bugged.
Hey guys, 10 Eddie
All
says
right.
he
It
misses.
says. Let me look at this. Why does it say
Just-
3?
10 Eddie says he misses.
Is this how you all normally socialize?
I have a plus.
No, this is just great.
No, all right. I'm going to have to roll this on my.
I will
app
not
because
take the bet.
It's being weird.
Hi.
It's
Fair
still
enough.
saying negative.
You and I are in agreement.
dex.
Okay. Connie?
Yeah, what is your text
Is he
supposed to
missing?
be?
Yeah.
10 Eddie says he
My
misses.
dex
Great.
is 6, and on the app it says my athletics is 6. And when I go on the body, it says level 6 to athletics, but it has a -3 on the dex for a total of 3. But the app
What?
shows I'm
You
supposed to
guys can have
have.
some faith,
plus 13.
alright?
It's weird.
You don't
Oh.
trust him? He's literally like our
That
meat
booze.
shield, you know?
Rolling on the app, I got 15.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know why it's like not dexterity. What's your just dexterity score?
My dex score is 7.
Okay. And your movement,
Movement's 5. Yeah, and I
And
double
your-
check my
your reflexes.
reflexes are 7.
Weird.
Yeah, and I'm looking on here, like on the app, it looks like even in roll 20, it looks correct.
Okay.
Uh, it
I just
it
fixed it.
now.
I just
Yep.
fixed it. All right.
Well.
Well, you drink down the whole thing, toss it, and it smashes and hits the bottle. And Handsome nods. This is a fun game. All right, let's sit down, then we'll do a couple more rounds because I want to talk to you all about something.
Connie, add 10 Eddies to your count, please.
As they're sitting down, like Fade's whispering to Lily, like, "Hit me with a detox. I'm going
With a detox.
Oh yeah, she's already she's already started to prepare one.
All right. Damn, it went right back to what it was. Why is it doing that?
Do you that pina colada?
fucking."
I don't know. Anyway. So as you all like go sit down, you can go and hit Fade with a rapid detox if you like. It doesn't
You're
have
gonna feel that.
it doesn't have nearly as intense a kick as it did last time, where you were like absolutely just smashed. Right now, it's just you feel this like literally all of the fluid like sloshing around in your stomach, but you don't feel that same buzz that you do, and even as it begins to like absorb down into your bloodstream, you're just like, nope, I'm good, I'm sober. But as Handsome sits down with you, he finds this nice booth in the back of the bar, a little a ways, and like, you know, you guys do good work. I've been a solo for a while, you know, getting work where I can. It's nice to see a crew that can actually handle themselves.
Well, I guess we're all right.
Yeah, I just want to say, if you ever want more work, I know a ton of fixers. Vaqueros have been all right, but you know, it's always good to have options, you know.
Actually,
always
that would
good
be
to-
beneficial. Hmm?
I like making new contacts from solos so I can trust. And I've seen you on the field. We appreciate the tips. We definitely need the money.
Oh, well, just be careful out there. Right now, Mr. X is pulling some weird moves. Got a lot of gangers out there acting paranoid.
Yes, we were advised to keep quiet for a period of time.
That's probably a good idea. Pulling off a job like that, you might want to lay down for at least a couple weeks, Chums. I mean, something that big, bound to attract the wrong kind of attention. You know, why don't you see a concert? Go, you know, hit a couple bars, relax, enjoy yourselves, you know? Do some shopping, live a little.
I do believe that's the plan.
I have a
That's why we're
few.
here.
I have a few projects to keep me busy, and then she like asks, she's like, "What?" It's like the power source in this. Does it come any smaller, or does that affect the effectiveness?
Oh, this? And he, like, takes the bat back from you. I actually got this from a guy, probably tell you a lot more than I can. He's a weird one. Um, lives, he lives out in Pacifica. Nice little cargo container. Good view of the actual, you know, wheel and everything. And um, he sends an address to your agent. Um, Probably go early in the morning because he starts drinking when he wakes up, and you don't want to talk to him when he's really drunk. But man can build. Goes by the name of Ahab.
Appropriate.
Yeah, I will keep that in mind.
And of course, there's always the Green Knight. It's a fixer I know. They're out in Rancho Coronado. You know, no affiliations right now, but they used to work with Maelstrom. So if you need jobs and you need to pick up cyberware, they usually know the best spots.
Good old Maelstrom. Noted.
Of course, be careful because the last few Maelstrom I've run into, I mean, these guys are basically all cyber psycho, but they're hitting with some much heavier chrome than in the last couple of years. I mean, that's actually why I got the bat. It's nice because a good solid hit with that, you can usually shut down a piece of chrome. Take some guy who's been chipped in for a long time, turn him into just fucking meat. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely would love to get a hold of some work like that for my baby here. Chum, about that, I wanted to bring up that question a little bit more too. Just how many eddies deep is this Mr. X rolling in? And are the
That's
and like Faye like lowers his voice down just a little bit. word on the streets that, especially Maelstrom, are really rubbing this guy's dick. You know what I mean? Like, what's so great about this Mr. X guy?
Problem is, everybody is. He's got to be a corp. I mean, dude's got more money than Richard Knight did. All right. I mean, this guy is loaded. Best estimates I've seen, he's spent minimum 10 million.
Well, he's not a local then. That's good to know.
He's definitely not from the city. He's rolling that deep. Does anyone even know what corp he identifies with? Like
Nothing.
this militant? Nothing.
He popped up out of nowhere. Not even 5 years ago. Starts showing up and buying. And I mean, we're talking from everyone. Arasaka, Militech, Tsunami, Hoffman. This guy is going all over the place. He's buying weapons, he's buying armor, he's buying gear. This dude, he chipped in hard, alright? He starts coming in, and we're talking experimental shit, okay?
You wouldn't happen to know where he made his purchase and who from?
And he just shakes his head. No. Yeah. I just have rumors. The dude's like a ghost. I mean, that's why we call him Mr. X.
But you see, that's just the thing that's really gonking with me right now. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's clearly rolling in eddies.
Yeah.
Out of all of the people in Night City to choose to back and empower, why the Voodoo Boys? Why Maelstrom? Like,
why Night City?
Well,
to be honest, the place is a shithole. He could have started somewhere a bit, above ground.
No, I'll probably maybe even give them the Voodoo Boys. They're smart, but the Maelstrom, they're psychos.
I mean,
who pumps money into that?
That's the thing, man. He comes in, and this dude, he's instantly chumbata with everybody. He's just going in, and he's got contacts. He knows people. He's got money. But the thing is, I know he's got to be a corp. Nobody that ain't a corp has got this much cash, right?
He sounds higher than a corp.
What's higher than a corp? God? God's dead, my friend. Right? But this guy shows up and he starts flashing it. And the thing is, when one corp starts going around, helping out other corps or trying to supply this, bringing weapons, that's when we get a fucking tower blowing up in the middle of downtown. I think he's a corp and he's trying to avoid another war. So why not have the gangs go to war for him?
It's pretty smart, to be fair.
Though the kind of equipment he's supplying them is going to cause a considerable amount of damage.
This is military grade stuff and experimental military stuff. I mean, and he leans in here for me, but I heard Sharafa's building something big out in the desert. They got this nice big new research and development facility. They're making something out there.
Duchess quickly scrambles a note into her agent. Okay. You wouldn't happen to know anyone that has direct contact with Mr. X? I understand he's a very difficult man to get a hold of, but I would quite like to know where to start.
No one does.
How do people does he go to them or he finds them?
Oh, he dead drops and random closed net. He will call someone who calls someone who calls someone.
He's going to be a very difficult entity to track down.
Everyone, every gang in the city, they get a time, a place, they go up and they start picking up gear. And that's the fucker of it. He's barely charging for any of this. He's practically, and in some cases, literally giving it away.
We got it.
This is the thing that's gonked about all of that, though. We also don't know we also know he doesn't care who gets it, because he knows that we robbed him, and yet, we haven't heard nothing. Nothing. The man with that much money, they could have been on us within seconds.
He could have attacked the live stream because he knew exactly where we were at all times.
you've been contacted, right? So he is feeding the city chaos. But how does he make money from it?
I don't see how he's profiting at all. No.
No. I don't think yet, but there's no higher profit in the world than war. Right? War makes money. War is the economy. Right?
True.
And if he's the main stock for all these weapons and tech.
I see it now.
I mean,
he's supplying the war and starting it so that he makes money. I get it now.
Yeah, there's a reason Ahab keeps calling him fucking Moriarty. Right?
What a clever man.
You associate Ahab.
But he's not being subtle about it. It doesn't seem like he
Subtle
cares.
doesn't matter in that city. It's all about style. And, like it or not, Mr. X has style. Yeah.
How do you know? Never seen him.
Are you talking to me?
You know.
No. So he has style. How do we know? We don't see what he looks like.
Yeah, but we're all sitting here talking about him.
He's got style.
Now, if I had that much money and I wanted to get elite soldiers for some hypothetical army, for some hypothetical war that I'm creating,
I don't think I'd start with the gangs of Night City.
I would start with the gangs of Night City. What do you mean, Chumba? Look at this place. Look at what's going on here. Look at what we just did this afternoon.
I guess.
We could all just be potential agents. People. I'll tell you right now, if Mr. X walked up to us right now and offered us a quick $1 million, yes, we're doing that job.
Well,
that's what he's really after. I think it's us.
That's a bold statement.
The Edge Runner will do anything for $1, Chumba.
Look,
and if you get the best ones running for your gear, and you're supplying them with the best gear,
it was made clear to us that that we had crossed him in some way.
Look,
he knows who we are.
People in Night City are crazy. They'll offer you money to just do the wildest shit, and they don't even offer that much. I had someone come up to me, and they offered me 5,000 eddies to go upstairs above my mother's apartment, kill my uncle. All right, only 5,000. I mean, I still got the shovel, but you know.
You had no issue with that, I assume.
Hey, I got bills. Other round, and he orders more drinks.
I'll take 3 this time.
I need you to make a resist torture drugs.
That is perfectly fine. How drunk is she gonna get? There it is. Not very.
Yeah.
You go and you're holding yourself pretty well. I mean, they do water the drinks down here a bit, but you're so like caught up that you know you got a definite pretty good buzz on, but you're not like smashed yet.
Lily's nursing her second martini. Like she doesn't. She's going pretty slow.
Faye go ahead and attacks the bottle and brings the ball back out, and he's like, "I guess it's my lead now."
And I'll say Handsome will play a few more rounds too. As I will say, just for the sake, as he gets about 4 bottles in, you realize this guy has toxin binders and a
Of course he does.
He has a cyber stomach. It's like he could drink gallons and not get like messed up.
Yeah, it's like on the 4th bottle, Fade is like trying to go for the 5th, but he can't see it, and he has no idea what the ball is. He's just like,
well, I guess that.
And he nods and he sits down next to Duchess. So, I've seen a couple of your streams, you know. Tell me, do you stream everything? you know,
For the right price.
just just the right, just the action. You like to get it out there.
I like to be in the action, yes.
Huh, so you like to videotape while you're in the action.
Yep.
And he's not. I have to see a man about some bullets, but and he sends you a message to your agent that pings up, and it's like this shirtless picture of himself, like posed. It's like, and you notice it has his address on it. Hit me up sometime. And he goes back over to Lily as you're still like reacting to that. I'll take that bet. And
She's been like poking at it with her tool hand, not really like taking it apart, but like kind of getting it like just fiddling, and returns it to him. Like,
I'll say make a basic tech check.
That's just kind of side-eyeing the pictures in the because it's in the Chiron vision. It's just in the corner of her vision. She's like,
technique.
Yeah,
Oh, that is.
I think either that or education.
Oh yes, I found it.
Just gonna pin that to the viewer.
The thing is, 15 minus 7. So the thing is, you start looking at it. This is complicated stuff. Like, it's made of this very high tensile metal to be able to like withstand like multiple blows without the Tesla coils being affected. But it's incredibly light. You can see that there is a faint kind of like switch on it so that he can like turn the electricity on and off. But this is pretty wild stuff. Like, whoever made this for him really knows what they're doing. Like, you've seen what Connie can do.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a few levels above that. Like, this really is pretty cutting edge technology.
Excellent craftsmanship. She'll like hand it back to him.
And he nods. Yeah. See, Ahab, like I said, you might want to go earlier in the morning because he wakes and starts drinking, and he can get a little weird once he's been drinking.
I will keep that in mind.
And he like looks over at Connie and gives like a very subtle like, "Hey." He does like a finger guns at you. When he does, you get a message on your agent of the same message that he sent Duchess of himself shirtless with his address.
Does Fade notice that?
No, you are completely smashed. And he's like,
no chance.
He's like, see you next time, big guy. And he slaps your back really hard and almost knocks you to the ground.
I'll just look at Connie like, did you get it too?
Could probably just tell just based off of her facial expression that she got. She's like, yeah. She's gonna immediately delete it.
Monitoring.
I'm gonna stick it in the recycle bin. I'll stick it in the bin.
Faye kind of like gets up and he's like, look at his agent, and he goes to text Sakura. He's like, oh yeah, she's gone. And he starts scrolling through. He's just like, drunk texting's bad. And
yes.
Look over to Connie.
Don't do that.
You should probably hold this before I message somebody I shouldn't.
Have you said the name out loud, by the way? That you're texting this person? Or do we just
you would know that he's probably texting Sakura.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would know for sure.
Yeah.
Who's Sakura?
You met her
like,
briefly, I think.
Yeah, we met her briefly when Fade was super drunk at one time. You remember?
Does he always get drunk around her? Them?
Yeah, that's like their thing.
My understanding is that he always gets drunk.
I understood that too.
Yeah.
Were they a thing or?
I think so. It's hard to tell with him. Ever since a bad breakup.
Oh.
Hasn't really.
That's alright. My ex is currently in jail. I get it.
Do you think she's playing, Connie? Think she's still playing shows? That vixen.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Just try not to think about her, babe. That's fine.
All right,
Is she a rocker boy?
Duchess.
Yes.
Don't ever fall in love
It begins.
with rockers.
I
That's
was
just-
married to a
Not this
manager.
again.
They rock it like
Wait, you were married
Hey.
before?
Yeah.
What?
Messy divorce. They were
How
in
old
jail.
are you?
Let's not go.
no. I need to know everything. Everything. Yeah.
Well,
Jail.
long story short, I got married to the manager of this upcoming punk band, and they got put in jail for fraud. Basically taking a bigger cut of the band's money, fluffing ticket sales, merch sales, that kind of thing.
Oh,
They got caught, and it was messy.
no.
Yep.
Yeah, so by now, I've had like a couple margaritas and maybe like a shot.
A round of shots for my new friends.
I will say, like, at this point,
And
you like order more drinks, and you can see that like Handsome is literally walking out of the bar, and he is like carrying some woman that you have not like. He apparently, in just like less than a couple of minutes, went over, talked up some woman, is carrying her out of the bar now. And you can see the bartender like hand you the drink, and he's like, "All right, he paid for everything so far, but this one's on you. You understand?"
Yeah, all right.
Understood. Was
Deletes the message at the corner of her eye.
was that woman in distress?
She'll be all right.
It's not an answer.
And he kind of frowns a little bit, like, "No, that's a regular here, and her and Handsome are regular anyway. It doesn't matter. All right, just don't worry about it.
As long as she's all right.
No, she's fine. Trust me, I know her. She's my roommate, and they're very loud. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. How much for the drinks?
I'll have another martini, please.
You
She's
can have
like
another martini.
And they
fiddling with her arm.
Like,
I've got this friend.
All right, 15 eddies for the round.
15, cool.
And they'll take it and like head back to the bar.
Lily
Well.
dislodges her cyber hand from her arm and fiddles with it when she doesn't have anything to do. She's always kind of like taking it out and putting it back in and like fiddling
like
and tightening screws, that kind of thing.
You're not a Ripper Doc, right? Are you? You like to. I noticed you're very good with
I've been
tech.
called that. Yes, I do. I do cybernetic installations.
Huh.
yeah, Lily herself did like most of my cyberware.
Oh,
A great deal of fades as well.
Looks over at Fade.
You see this eye? You see this eye, Duchess? And like Fade gets real close to Duchess. It's
Well,
like
leaning
opening
back
up this
really
one
slowly.
artificial eye. It's like really
You're-
good work of Lily.
Yeah, the problem is you're leaning in, showing your eye to a different woman who's like sitting nearby at a different table.
She's
Connie's
just sitting there.
gonna yank on the back of his shirt and pull him back.
I can see that you have a cyber eye. I have two, and I can see from a distance. You don't need to get that close.
Yo, check out mine, and Connie's gonna start like flashing multiple different colors, like fucking rave in her eyeball.
Oh,
Right?
I can't get mine to do that. I just have these recording symbols.
They're going cyber psycho, Lily. Look at them. They're flashing now.
Please do not.
And like Fade's fumbling around looking for like an invisible gun, then he falls.
Oh my god.
I
Please don't
think
say
he's.
the word that out loud in a bar.
I think he's wasted.
It's like
Yeah.
yelling fire in a
Movie theater.
movie theater.
Oh God.
This is why I usually don't go out to bars with him.
I will prepare something to help him relax. Puts her hand back on and like starts fiddling with her med kit.
That's also quite distressing, but sure. I gotta ask. Wait, has Lily mentioned why half of her is cybernetic and the other half isn't? Or
she mentioned it was a hover bike accident with her brother.
I hope you don't find me too rude about for asking, but I'm very curious about your name, left side, and
yes,
I'm mostly curious about what happened. Really,
Connie gave me the name. It's
It's a great name.
Served well enough. Served me well enough. I'm not normally one for elaborate wordplay, I suppose.
Fair enough. I was just curious about what happened. Mostly, you said hover bike, but didn't go further than that. If you're okay with talking about it, of course. I'm also not live streaming, so you can be sure it's just us.
I appreciate that. It was not a terribly complicated situation. It was an engine failure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My brother used to race them. I believe he still does.
What's your brother's name?
Goes by Rudy. She like kind of like crinkles her nose at the name.
Duchess is trying to think if she
Come on,
knows
what's
that
his
person.
full name? Come on, Lily.
Hard sigh. Goes by Right Side Rudy.
Yeah. It's like you see Colton like celebrating with Connie over the name, like she was so clever.
Is that one of your brain children as well?
Mick.
I thought so.
He and I do not share his sense of humor, I suppose.
That's fair. That is entirely fair.
So where does Duchess come from?
Yes, let's ask Duchess questions now.
Sure.
She like does like a hypo spray on the back of Fade's neck.
Well, Duchess comes from. All right, I assume you know of my company, the We Royal Few. I had an affinity for. I was obsessed with royalty for a little while, and I really like these names, and I picked Duchess for myself because I think it's very fitting. I was hoping to expand my company and find more people with royal call signs, but I've been unsuccessful so far. Sips pina colada. It's currently just me, and that's it.
I will
It's
say
not very exciting.
for the rest of you, you can make a quick check. I'm gonna see here. I think probably the best way to do it would be, why don't the three of you make either a business or education check. I would even allow deduction to see if you've heard of We Royal View.
I drew up a logo and everything. 15. I'm so excited.
Okay, 15, 16, 13. So I would say that before, like, actually, working with Duchess, like, Lily and Connie, so you've heard of, and Connie, you had already seen, like, several of Duchess's streams, but you would know that, like, it's a very small media company, and right now, yes, Duchess is, like, the only one actually actively doing anything for it. But, like, there has been a growing interest in, like, not just Duchess's streams, but, like, in the media company as a whole. And I would say for Fade, yeah, you had never heard of Duchess before working with them. Like, I doubt you've been interested enough to even like look up the company. You're like, they stream whatever, and like you've seen part of one VOD and then like turned it off.
The only thing that he's seen of her streams is when he looks over Connie's shoulder when
Yeah.
she's watching.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very familiar with Connie's tastes in music and media. Have a bit no strong opinion about it myself, but I appreciate spending time with Connie. So.
Oh, well, that's surprisingly a breath of fresh air to hear. Actually, normally people either tell me they hate me or they think I'm weird.
You're
mean,
not
you're
weird,
weird, but-
Duchess. You're just
What?
you just army crawl for
Hold
no
up.
reason. But you're not weird.
I-
You're overly safe. You know, you just army crawl for no reason. You're not.
And
You're
like
fanatic.
faded-
You're the
touching the
appropriate
air.
amount of safe.
I have slight tactical training. Is that so bad?
No.
It's adorable.
What's wrong with being weird? I don't think there's anything wrong with being weird. Everyone's
Speak-
weird. This is Night City.
Speaking of weird, you're surprisingly a tech whiz. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm like a child prodigy, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the exact phrasing I would use.
And I will say, like, of the experimental tech that you guys picked up from the shipment and from your first time, like, dealing with Mr. X, and you've found, like, a lot of pretty impressive, like I said, experimental, like, little pieces. I would say that the like, chest plate piece of the actual suit that you, like, took off that then portrayed, like, the little hologram, you notice seems to have some kind of, like, connection piece that like slots onto your cyber deck that you carry. And it seems to have, the signal is very weak, but it does seem to have limited wireless capabilities, which in 2045 is pretty nice. I mean, beyond like agents and a couple other things, like most things are hard lined into like secure net servers. You know, wireless is something kind of the old net, and some corporations are starting to build their own net infrastructures to be able to support it again. But you can see this like cyber deck like that you had basically have gotten from this certainly is the highest tech like cyber deck that you've found so far.
Okay.
I'm always branching out to new things, learning new things, getting better. The thing I love is weapons. Those are always fun.
Well,
And Fade's always asking for new stuff anyways.
And Connie has designed a lot of the equipment that I've installed over the past few years.
child prodigy indeed.
It's
Impressive.
something that you probably noticed going with the Steel Vaqueros, that like several members of the Vaqueros, especially in Tia's like little hideout amongst those cargo containers that are all like welded together to make like a little base, several of them have cyberware or weapons that have been upgraded by Connie, and it's obvious to tell because Connie has a penchant for making everything look obnoxious as possible with like all these bright colors and neon, and like, you know, it's all of her cyberware stands out greatly.
I had to change my hair color to match the arm and leg upgrades that
Well,
she built for me.
It's like artists, you know? Gotta have like your signature. That way
Remind-
people know it's
remind me-
mine, and if it's really good, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, who'd you get that from?" You're like, "Oh, it was Koneha." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And then they'll seek me out, and then I'll get paid to do more stuff.
Remind me to get you to look at my rifle.
I'll look at it right now.
I don't have it with me.
I would say, actually, speaking of someone reaching out, all four of you get a message on your agent at the same moment.
Can I flick it onto the Chiron view?
And you can see that it it is actually sent from Checkerboard.
Hmm.
And it's tickets to a concert that's dated just at the end of the week. So it's like basically just about a week away from where you are now.
Oh.
But there is a punk show playing downtown, and it seems like he was able to get you guys tickets. There's a little um, thing that says, "I haven't forgotten you, thanks,"
Huh.
and it's these 4 tickets. It has your whole
Well,
passes and everything. It's for a band called Vagrant. Um,
Do I listen to this band? Or do I
Um,
listen to this band?
I would say make a streetwise check.
Oh god.
well, that's
I
my
listen
week.
to a lot of stuff, so
That's my
but
weekend sorted.
streetwise is
Flick.
not very good. Where's that under? Social?
Yeah, social.
This is not gonna be good.
I feel like I should also make a check, but
Okay.
I would say,
Just-
given your background, you can also make a check. I'll let you
Yeah.
actually roll it twice.
Me?
Actually, no. You know what? Instead of rolling twice, I'll just give you a +4 to whatever you roll.
cool. Okay.
Okay, so you both got 13. Um,
Wow.
Is this a band I would have heard of when I was?
you can make a streetwise check.
Yeah. Good, since
Okay.
I was in
That's
that
my
culture
weekend.
for a while.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Lily has not heard of them.
It's
Not her.
social. That's where Streetwise is.
She's not big
Damn,
on
hey,
music.
I got pretty good Streetwise.
You're
I know
very
this
wise
one, though.
solo.
Not this
Oh.
time.
I'd say you've heard Connie mention them, but you've never listened to a song. But Vagrant is a smaller band growing in popularity. They're a punk band, and the thing is that what they're known for is it's not a Vagrant show if the bar is still standing afterward. All right,
Oh
like
no.
they are known as, like, even though they're a bunch of young punks, like one of the most violent, wild punk bands in Night City, which is really saying something. Like they pretty much don't get paid for their gigs because they have to pay back all the goddamn property damage that they cause every show. Because like they keep inciting all this nonsense. Now they are getting pretty popular. There's some people who have said like, "Oh, this could be like, you know, the next Samurai," but they say that about like every punk band that starts getting popular. But mostly they can be the next Samurai for their ability to incite a goddamn riot. But I will say it's expected to be a pretty wild show at the very least. This is a small outdoor venue. The people who booked it were smart enough to be like, okay, this is a nice outdoor stage. It's on a concrete lot. Like, they shouldn't be able to smash anything. You know,
That's what you think.
yeah. But but it is. I will say at this point, it's getting into the early hours. Like probably like 1 or 2 in the morning when you get the tickets.
Well, that's my weekend sorted.
Fulton should fit in very well, I think. And as she like brushes some broken glass off the table.
I guess
Right.
you've heard of them, man.
Colton kind of gets a little bit more. He gets a little quieter when he sees the tickets and is like, "I think we should call it a night." And he's calling, and then realizing he doesn't have his agent, he's like, "Connie, call us a cab home."
Got it. I'll just do it using my internal agent.
Okay.
Done.
We can discuss
will.
this later. I'm curious.
You can each get a cab home.
She'll,
Cab home.
Lily will take her leave. And be like, Connie, I think you and I should pay this Ahab a visit when we get a chance soon.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Remember and keep your lines open, because I will be researching things if we need to find any. I'll be looking for Mr. X for most of my time,
Okay.
but I'll see you guys on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, was it your smart glasses that you wanted to upgrade, Lily, or your apples?
I the glasses.
Oh, here. Hand them over. I'll upgrade them. Give it to you at the concert.
And I takes them off. Like, appreciate
Don't worry. This time, I won't make them neon pink. Fingers crossed.
Thank you. The current color is adequate.
Make them
Got
neon
it.
purple.
Well, what I will say, in the meantime, we can go one by one here. You can each get some rest. I will say, if you are taking a day to do nothing and just rest and relax, like you can do some light errands, but anything more strenuous than basically sitting around your house, you can. It's not going to work. But I will say, if you're resting, you can heal yourself. It's body plus will per day.
Cool.
And then for Duchess, I have some rumors that I'll get to for you real quick.
Okay.
Are you looking just for general rumors or something specific? Because you get 2 chances right now.
I think should be looking for information on specifically patterns on who and where Mr. X is dropping to and
Didn't
where,
mean to click that.
and
Okay.
possibly if there's like a location where it's coming from.
Okay. So let me roll your credibility. So you're looking for specific stuff. And you're actively. Oh, I'm sorry. So for this one, I'd like you to do. If you're actively looking, then you can roll for it. What I would like you to do then is make a deduction check.
Deduction should be there. Boom.
Very nice, 21, and then make a criminology check.
Criminology. That's less good.
12. Okay. And I'll roll a rumor for you as well. See if you learned anything else.
Gonna say, should probably be live streaming just random chats in the meantime as well. Nice quiet downtime chat.
All right.
Oh, let's chat live stream.
Do a mukbang.
Could do a mukbang.
Man, Jesus.
So, you learn a couple of things during the week, and then I'll cut back to what Lily and Connie and Fade were doing. But during this week, you dive in deep, asking sources, pounding the pavement, like going to different, like actual reviewing records and scream sheets, and you learn a couple interesting things. Firstly, you find out that Mr. X, the first actual like recorded, like scream sheet that mentions anyone with that call sign, was 5 years ago in 2040. Okay, and there was a slight altercation in North Watson where a Red Chrome Legion man armed with an extremely high-powered, like military quality rifle started shooting up the Militech offices. Like they have the Militech headquarters and armory up there, and this Red Chrome Legion storms in and starts just fucking blasting people. Now they took him down in a matter of like seconds, but he killed 4 people in under 20 seconds. Right? Now it was assumed he went cyber psycho, but as he was like bleeding out and they're shooting him and all this and that, the only thing he said was Mr. X. Now,
Okay.
after that, almost a year of nothing. About 10 months of nothing. And 4 Maelstrom storm into an apartment building, and this is a nice apartment down in Rancho Coronado, like a nice little apartment building. About maybe 80 people live there. but this is mostly junior corporates, all right? And these 4 Maelstrom go in and they kill about half the building.
Jesus.
Okay.
Oh Jesus, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, they killed just under 40 people. They killed like about 37 people. Right? Mostly junior corporates, and they range. I mean, we're talking Arasaka, Militech, Jirafa, Sagatari, Ziggurat, Continental Brands. This was like a nice little corporate housing, for it's like, oh, we need a nice con-apt for someone who just joined the team, send them to this crappy apartment. Melchor went in there and took out everyone. One of the guys was actually near the end of the massacre, like the third to last to die. One of the guys, his brother was like a big, high-ranking guy in Continental Brands, and he had paid for a trauma team like subscription for his younger brother. Well, the trauma team comes in and they smoke all the Maelstrom guys. Each Maelstrom member was considered cyber psycho, but each one was wearing extremely, extremely high tech, like weapons, and each one had carved into themselves in multiple places Mr. X.
Okay.
Jesus.
Now the rumors go the same way. You find a couple dozen scream sheets of cyber psychos hitting random buildings, of people, like just random gangers going. There's one story that really sticks out to you though, and this one was recent, about 3 weeks ago. Okay, this is the most substantial thing you find, which is not a ganger, not some random jackass, not a cyber psycho, a corporate executive for Ziggurat goes into the boardroom meeting one day to discuss, whatever kind of nonsense. Oh, we're moving this and we're shipping this and we're charging too much for this nonsense. He goes in, he pulls out a very high-tech revolver. Again, not outrageous for a corporate executive to be packing all the time, but pulls out this very high-tech revolver and he blows away the whole boardroom and then himself. The video feed catches him looking straight at the camera and saying, Mr. X gave me no choice. Back at his apartment, the Night City Police Department found journals filled with these like ledgers of weapons deals. All of it, the information has been almost impossible to track. We're talking multiple levels of security, and then it's like he actually hand wrote out, but he kept like journals across different agents and different laptops, and all of it is code named, and it's like code names that link to, like, they'll break a code and it's like, oh, this links to another nonsense code name that is then like password protected, and this one has biometric locks on it. The top hackers for the Night City Police Department have spent the better part of a month trying to hack these laptops. The only thing they have found is one of the clients that bought a huge supply of guns and then had them stolen, and it's in this ledger that Mr. X apparently had. It was a huge supply of special armor-piercing rounds and special rifles that were owned by the Jirafa Corporation. And this guy from Ziggurat managed to like do some of the accounting. And it seems like whatever happened, Mr. X convinced him to go and kill the whole boardroom and then kill himself.
Cool.
I would say your rumor will tell you enough to tell you that his apartment is still being searched. You could try and go and search it yourself. And you also know the location of the Jirafa facility, out in the desert. But this one is said to be on complete lockdown right now, which what that means is they have about 3 layers of guard towers. It's basically it'd be like trying to break into Fort Knox. Like, probably not a good idea.
With the deduction, would I know that? Would I possibly think that that's the same one that we got sent the message about? A warehouse out in the desert, building something.
You feel pretty confident.
Okay.
I will say that, like I said, whatever Mr. X is doing, he's got a lot of money, which you already knew. All this high tech stuff, but he is apparently able to scoop up some very nice prototypes and able to convince people to do anything.
Wow, that's a very good information.
Yes, but you do know the current evidence lockup where the laptops are is you know the precinct where they're all being kept. You know where the facility is, and like I said, it seems that he has a penchant, especially for convincing people to go cyber psycho.
Okay. That's a lot of information to take in, but that's fine. I noted most of it down.
Fantastic. Now, what is Fade doing during the week?
So on the first night that Fade woke up, he's gonna buy. He's gonna look to see on his agent if it's possible to buy another copy. Another ticket to the concert.
So for that, actually, I'll tell you what. Make a accounting check. Be under education.
I should also really quickly parenthesis. Duchess is probably going to be working on this for quite a few days, so she probably won't do much until it's shopping time. In which case, I've only bought 2 things.
Yeah, I'd say you can do whatever shopping you need to get done, but that'll be your whole week. Is finding out that information.
Fine. Yeah, that's totally fine.
The show was bought out. Like I said, it's a very small venue. Probably expected to be maybe 75 people. You're surprised Checkerboard was able to get any tickets because it seems like scalpers scooped up every ticket within the first 5 minutes of the tickets being available for sale.
Jesus.
It's like I said, it's a small show and they're a decently growing in popularity band, but even then they sold out faster than you expected. These things went within the first 5 minutes. Every single ticket. It seems like a scalper bought almost every single one.
Jeez.
Gotta love scalpers.
Yeah, I will say, unfortunately, you don't find any scalpers that are selling them right now. But so, unfortunately, no extra ticket.
Yeah, he just kind of curses under his breath, and he's about to send off another text, but he just changes his mind. He's going to go to the store and buy some chipware and chipware uplink, and I'm going to give Lily a call.
Okay.
And basically hey Lily, that
Yes.
paint editor I got the chipware socket. I'm gonna need you to install that editor, and would you mind sending me through a round of therapy too while we were doing all that?
Yes, I will prepare a program for that. She doesn't do therapy herself.
That's fine. It's easily enough set up. You can do the surgery, and in the week it'll take him to recover. Fade, you basically spend the entire time in this this nice cold slab table that's set with all of this cold gel that is fitted with this special visor brain dance, so that you are literally getting therapy beamed into your brain as your body's recovering from the shock with the chipware slot. You come out of the week and you're like, "Mom, I'm feeling pretty good." Did you get normal therapy or the extensive therapy?
I'm going to do how much is extensive therapy?
Let me double check because I want to
It's
say
about
it's
500.
1,000.
Oh, if it,
Extreme humanity loss, it's going to be 1,000.
Okay.
yeah, I can't afford that, so I'm going to do normal therapy. And before I go into therapy, I'm just going to send a quick message to Pearl and let her know that I'm going to the concert and ask her if she wants my ticket or not. So I'm going to say, got tickets to this concert, don't know if I want to go or not. If you want my ticket, you can have it. Maybe dot dot dot.
And this was to Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, you like you offer them the ticket, and um, they like take a couple hours to probably get back to you, and they're like, I don't mind going. You don't want to go to a concert? That doesn't sound like you.
And like Colton sent the message before he went to therapy. So like I imagine that whole week I just haven't responded.
Okay. Um,
So
basically, you get back like finally, and you like check your message. And you can see like they had sent like a couple things like and then like there's no response. And like a day or two later, they're like, well, yeah, I wouldn't mind going. And then like a day or two, they're like, oh, hang on. And then there's like a message like an hour later, like I might have a job, and there's like this and that. And then basically like the day you get out of therapy, you get like 4 messages in a row like, hey, sorry, yeah, hold on to the ticket. I have a job I have to do. Enjoy it. Just have fun. I'm sure it's not that bad, or just don't go. Whatever.
yeah, and he kind of just like looks at it. He replies with K and puts it back in his pocket.
Okay. All right. And then with that, so Connie and Lily, you're going to go talk to Ahab. You said
Yeah.
you can go to his address. I mean, the next day, whenever you want during the week. I assume you guys are getting some shopping done and like some of the stuff. I know, kind of, you're working on the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit him up first in case we like? Because if I buy stuff first, I might not have any money to spend at his place if he does in fact have some sort of something I want to buy from him.
Yeah, we can go. We don't have his contact, do we? We just have where he is.
You just have his address.
Okay. Just hop by in the morning. See what's up.
Yeah. What time are you guys going there? Just morning, like
Probably like
8, 9?
early morning. Yeah.
Yeah, like 8, 9 in the morning.
Okay.
Not like obscenely early, but
You go and you can see again. It's a cargo container, and this is one that he has, which is pretty common. It's like a cargo container, and it has like another one stacked on top, and then like a third one next to it. So it's like 3, like almost like it's like L-shaped, that he's had like connected together. He clearly makes enough money to be able to have the space. Most people can only afford like one, but you go and you like knock on it. It's quiet for a moment, and the door swings open, and you see this man like look around. And he like looks directly at you. He's completely bald, but you see that he has like one of his eyes is a cyber eye that's like completely white and gives like a soft, almost like neon glow. The other eye is a meat eye, but he has like a couple of like dark scars on his face where it looks like he's been scratched. You can see that his hands from like wrist down, like from the wrist past is like completely shiny chrome, and his chest is like sticking out because he's just wearing like a leather apron right now, but he has a very large pot belly, like just giant stomach hanging over, and he's wearing like these dark trousers, and you can see that from the knee down he has like the bladed legs, and he like looks and he's like, "Hi." And he kind of like gives you this like intense look, like he's trying to figure out who you are just by looking at you.
hey, we're friends with Handsome.
Hi,
We just
yes.
came by.
Of course,
Hi.
yes, come in.
We wish to do
Okay.
business.
And he like brings you in, and then he like looks around, like paranoid, and then like grabs the door and slams it shut and turns. Ah, answer me, man. And he like pats his stomach a little bit. Goals. Yes, literal goals. And then he looks back at you. What do you want?
Oh, well, we saw the really cool bat that you had made for him, the like Tescoil one.
Ah,
Really
yes.
cool. So we
Yes,
just
the
came by
bat.
to like ask some questions, maybe do some business,
I was curious if
from
you
one tech to another, kind of.
made a smaller, more portable version, something that could be installed in an arm.
And he kind of like looks back and forth, and like leans and gets like uncomfortably close, and you can smell intense alcohol on his breath. And then he like pulls back and he like grabs your arm and is like looking at it. Yes, good. And then like lets go. All right, and he starts walking, and you can see like he walks with a very pronounced limp, but he like points over, and the second cargo container on the bottom floor is like has dozens of like racks filled with cyberware, weapons, like all sorts of like little like tech pieces in like plastic bins. It's very neatly organized. Everything is labeled properly. It's like this is, and it's so there's like a slight almost like color code to how everything is arranged. It's all done alphabetically, but it's done alphabetically by cyberware, by gear, by weapon. Like this dude is precise. And he's like, all right, look through the shop. I'll be over here. And he goes and he sits down and he's like looking at a TV and he's like, oh, I love this show. And the TV is not on.
Let's finish our business quickly. I'll look. Lily's looking to see if like she could replace her big knucks with something like some sort of like shock weapon.
You notice that he has special upgrades for several implanted weapons. Big knucks, wolvers, vampires like cyber snakes, where he seems to have this penchant for having things that can be electrified. And his gear, you notice, like it's this special upgrade that he looks like can be slotted into the big knucks to make them electrified when you punch with them. What it does is the person has to make a cybertech check, or part of their cyberware begins to fail.
And this is something that EMP shielding would be able to protect against, from my understanding, or?
Yes, EMP shielding would protect against it. You also notice that he does have EMP grenades. He has some very, very high quality stuff, and he has a lot of really high tech guns, several of them excellent quality. He has a couple exotic things. One that you notice right off the bat is, there's really no other way to put it. It is like, it's set on like the very farthest wall, and it's this huge railgun, about 6 feet long. And it comes with a special mounting. It looks like it could be mounted onto a car. And it has like all of these like this special tubing and wires set up, but it is literally a railgun that fires these like extremely powerful hits. You've heard of things like this. This is something that it punches through armor as if it didn't even fucking exist. Like it's just like zoom, like this thing can put a bullet through someone in like a bulletproof vest, and it goes through both sides without slowing down.
Jesus Christ.
God, I want one.
And as you're like looking at it, you can see Ahab's like looking at the TV, and, like holding his head with his metal hands. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy. God, never have that feeling. I feel like I'm getting fucked and eating my own pussy at the same time. It's just like absolutely going nuts, and you can see everything has a little price tag on it. The gun is marked as 7,500 eddies.
Ooh.
Does he like show any signs of like being cyber psycho, or is he just fucking wasted?
Well, make a cyber tech check.
Okay.
I would
would I have
say you could do human perception, but I specifically want you to do cyber tech.
Yeah, cyber tech's better anyways. 18.
Nice.
Oh, he is just drunk out of his mind.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't seem violent. He seems like he's just, I mean, slightly crazy, but like he's just really, really drunk.
very well.
I wanted to see if there's any sort of attachment that he's invented for like a cyber arm. I was thinking of doing one myself, but kind of like a built-in flashbang kind of thing. So if I get in a melee range, could just flashbang and then get the fuck out, or at least try to.
Looking at the things here, you notice that he has like special flashbangs and like shielding and things, and he doesn't have exactly what you're looking for, but all of the parts to make it are here. I would say
Okay.
with your ability to invent things and like fabricate your own stuff, you could make something like that.
Okay.
The big Nux, is that an upgrade, or does he have just like his own version of it?
So for the Big Nux, it's an upgraded version. Um, his is going to run you 250 eddies.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
How much are all the parts?
For that, let's see here. I'm gonna probably run that for you. Let's see here. Same as like a pop-up grenade launcher, so 500 eddies.
500.
I'll ask. Excuse me, Ahab. Will you buy the standard Big Nux from me? Like she pulls it out of her jacket where she keeps like her extra hands.
And he like reaches over and grabs it and looks at it. Ah, yes. That's the right one. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I keep it well maintained.
And then he hands it back. Yes. Yes, I will.
Very
You
well.
have to be careful. Right now, they're always watching out there. Lizard folk. I can feel them.
Oh my
Understood.
God.
I can feel them out there.
I love this guy.
Trying to steal our essence.
All right.
This dude's fucking insane.
And what would be your essence, Ahab?
They want to fertilize their eggs. So
Okay.
they need to drown
Enough.
them in my blood.
I understand.
They're gonna go out there and start slitting throats.
I've made an error.
Oh my God.
Now,
Favorite.
would Connie be able to build things for me, or would I
Yeah.
be better off like just buying it and having her install it? Or
For the amount of time it'll take, it'd probably be better to just buy it if you want it now.
okay.
Because I know Connie has to build her own stuff, so that's gonna take like the rest of the week, essentially.
Okay.
I
Then
think some
I'll
500 eddies takes like a whole week, if I remember.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just buy
Speaking of which, can I borrow 20 eddies, Lily?
you may.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I needed to buy it.
Don't tell Colton that I lent you money.
Okay. There's a lot of things we don't tell Colton.
I don't
And
want
you
Colton
can-
to get any ideas.
You can see like he goes and he like um he'll take the bigness and like swap out with like the electrified ones, and it won't affect your humanity to swap these over to the upgraded ones. But like as you kind of like flex your hand, it gives like a little zzz, like that little kind of like taser crackle. Um, and he's like, "No, these ones are gonna strike, and then that'll fry the circuits of any of them lizard foot." And he like looks back at the TV, and he's like, "I can hear it. Come and knock on our door." Then he like heads back to the TV, and he's like staring intensely at it, even though it's not on. And then um, he seems to be focused on that right now. So
She kind of does the pulls up the hand and like draws a fist and like bzz, and then like pops it off and she's like, I will scan this later for any
I'll send you the
malware.
details. I'll send you the details.
Um,
And I will say, all of his cyberware, like, it is flawlessly made. It's just, he's a weird guy.
yeah. I'm torn between a pop-up grenade launcher or a med scanner. Like an arm-mounted med scanner. They're the same money and humanity-wise. I'm just
That scanner's always nice.
Speaking
what skill does a grenade launcher use?
Heavy weapons.
Damn.
speaking of money, doesn't Lily roll for the humanity I get back? And isn't it a little cheaper since I'm going through Lily?
Can Lily do therapy?
Meta.
Actually, yeah, you should be able to. So, if you're having Lily do it, then it would be cheaper. If you're doing extreme humanity loss, it'd be 500, and it'd be 100 for standard. Lily would just have to make a med tech check.
I'm going to do the standard 100 standard because that's what we can afford.
So Lily, can you make a med tech check? Plus, oh, it should be plus 9.
Yeah, it says 9 on the character sheet.
It's weird that it's not working. Well, if I add 9 to that, then that'll certainly beat the DV. So in that case, standard humanity loss is 2d6. I'd say either one of you can roll that. I don't care.
Want me to do it?
I got it.
Or
Okay.
So you get 9 back. Okay. I say if there's anything else you want to buy or sell to Ahab, you can do it while you're here. Like I said, he has all sorts of gear, anything up to 1,000 eddies, with a couple exceptions of exotics, but it's like the railgun, and then he has well, I don't think you guys have over 1,000 eddies anyway.
No. Well, no.
definitely not.
I'll either, if I can't get the med scanner here, then I'll just get it later when we do.
He has one,
Proper
so you
stuff.
can get it from him.
Okay.
Handing it over, like I said, he has another little bit of an episode, but he manages to get through the sale. Is there anything else you guys are doing during the week?
Do you want me to tell you what I bought? Because I bought a couple of things.
Sure.
I bought a bio monitor, and I bought a brain dance recorder.
Nice.
So now I'm going to start selling brain dances of the adventures we have.
Nice.
Oh, and how much does it cost for me to have someone else repair my armor since Connie's busy?
For that one, let me double check.
I'll have to buy a shield.
I was lucky I didn't actually use my shield last fight because I got lit on fire, so it worked out
You
for
did.
me.
What's your armor at right now?
It's at 9.
Out of 11?
Mhm.
100 eddies.
Okay. Well, that's another 100 gone. So I am at 600 eddies. Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And yep, that's pretty much what I did while I was in recovering therapy from the crazy surgery I had. So
Mhm.
that and be socially awkward.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's just that and the glasses, I think.
Okay.
Oh, I want a image enhancer in them instead, and we were hoping to make it cost one less slot, I think.
Easily done. That's something that kind of can do. Uh, just simple payment for the materials. So, um, at the end of the week, now that you'll have had time to do shopping, therapy, learn a few things around town, um, you all are finally able to meet up at the concert venue, which is, as I said, it's outside, and you can see that there's like a simple set of stone steps that like lead down behind a bar, and the like actual bar like back door, and then like blocking off the whole venue. There's like these concrete barriers that have been put up. There's a couple of like benches where you can like sit back and drink and like order stuff from the bar. And there's like a large TV on one side. Um, there's like a big screen. Like they do several like outside concerts here, and then there's like some more of the like barriers to like block off a space for like people who are going to be up front, like in an actual like mosh pit style, from people who want to sit down. Um, the actual like stage is pretty simple. It has like this large kind of like greenish like tent to protect everything that's like on the stage. You know, if it rains, which it rains all the time in Night City. And there's a good amount of people here. Like, honestly,
Merch table.
there is a merch table. It's still being set up. You guys get there, um, you know, probably just to be safe, like half an hour before the show starts, and they're like finishing setting everything up. The band is still backstage. There's like a few people milling about. Um, for a sold out show, it's pretty quiet. There's about 15 people here, maybe.
Hmm.
But it's still, like I said, about half an hour before the show.
First rounds with me.
Do we recognize anyone that comes in
Acceptable.
or that's there?
Make a perception check.
I also might try and sneak us backstage.
Ooh, bad roll.
Ooh.
Okay. You look around, and like I said, you're kind of looking over by the bar. You are like, oh, let me, look at the drinks and see what the merch table's doing. You don't notice anyone that you recognize. Like I said, right now it's really just people kind of chilling, having a good time. I can actually show you guys. Nice little concert of people blazing around.
I want to see.
It will operate.
You guys feel that in the air? It's quite electric. Is the air like that weird electric air? Where does
it does have that
feeling?
Does have that like kind of quiet, almost like calm before the storm sense of like as they're setting up, and you can hear like the soft little bits as people are like milling about and the band is setting up. You notice like the singer and the drummer are like right at the wings, and they're kind of like pointing to a few people who work for the venue who are like making sure everything is set up. And there's like, of the people who are standing around, honestly, all of them are, you know, citizens of Night City, just kind of walking around, you know, mostly these punks in like leather jackets or like simple, you know, there's like one guy like Rowdy Roddy style has like the kilt with like the, you know, like the t-shirt and all that. It's really,
There's
it's,
always one.
it's nothing too crazy. But you notice the people start to like lose it and they like rush over to the stage as the guitarist for the band comes out. And it's this like, you know, short woman, very muscular arms, very fit. She's wearing a gas mask that obscures her entire face. And she like steps down past the speakers and actually like makes her way like into the crowd. I'll just use this token for the sake of it. And people go and start like shaking their hand and be like, oh my god, like this and that. And they're like vacant, and they're, you know, begin freaking out. And you see one figure who's been standing off to the side. And he has like this hoodie on and he steps up and he pulls the hood back, and in one motion, this huge blade erupts from his arm as he chops the guitarist's hand off and turns to all of you. See, you got my tickets. You can see his entire face is a black metal skull.
Oh shit.
And you recognize him instantly as Kaiser, the enforcer for the Iron Death that got hit by a car not too long ago by Tia. And
Oh shit.
as he's like holding this like huge blade like erupting from his arm, you know, he looks at you and the entire metal skull like bursts with flames around it. He's like, glad you got the tickets, let's dance. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here for this week.
Oh.
Woo!
God damn it.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
I hope you all brought your guns to a concert.
Always. It's Night City.
So,
I don't know
That
if
is
I would
true.
have my gun. I'll
uh,
figure that out next time.
yes.
Oh my god.
So with that, I want to thank all my players for playing with me. Thank everyone in the audience for coming and hanging out. This has been super fun. I always love when you guys can just like chat and get into nonsense. But
That
it
was
seems
nice.
seems like the Iron Death wants a little bit of revenge.
Oh god.
I don't know what we did
Oh,
to
no.
them, honestly.
That's the one that we hit with a car like 3 episodes ago.
Technically, we did not hit him with a car.
Well, whoever hit him with a car.
That was not us.
You-
There's Tia.
Then
Yeah.
you're welcome to explain that to him then.
I'm not
Good
going
luck.
to. But technically,
I don't think he's
won't.
gonna listen to an explanation.
No,
No, he's not.
you just killed a bunch of his other gang members.
That too.
Hopefully, he listens to these bullets and that.
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Um,
He was pretty strong, like
Well.
stupid strong.
Well, again, thank you all so much for playing. Music that you can hear right now, this is actually a good way to segue into each of you. Tell us about who you are. Artemis, this is your music. Why don't you start us off?
I don't have my script up, so I'm gonna wing it.
I believe in you.
Okay. Hello, I am Artemis. I make music. I also have posted some of it on SoundCloud, which you can listen to. You can find me through Twitter at Ty Artemis, which is, hold on a minute, if I remember rightly, it's above me. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, I released music. I recently released a version of the entire soundtrack in one song, if that's your thing. I plan to do more. I haven't quite worked out what I'm doing yet. I've got so many projects running through my brain. Yeah, and I'm here every second Tuesday with these guys.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I will say, like I said, this music that you can hear right now, I have it turned down pretty low, but it's fucking awesome. So yes, check out Art's stuff. Their SoundCloud is fucking dope as hell. Never, tell us what you got going on.
Hey, never. I do Twitch streaming and stuff. I'm actually doing a big collab stream with some streamer friends of mine this Friday. We're doing a big Don't Starve server. So,
Ooh.
me and another guy, Cryocaster, are going to be doing a Don't Starve to start off the spookiness of Halloween, and we're going to be doing spooky games all month and doing spooky, creepy things.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Spook Month.
It's my favorite month of the year. So
Same.
it's gonna be awesome. I'm very much looking forward to checking out those. And then Kate, tell the people who you are.
My name's Kate. I don't have much going on right now. Yeah, nothing going on, but I hope you guys support everyone around me here because they're all super talented and they deserve more support.
Thank you very much, Kate. We love you very much. It's always I would say I love Connie, so I'm thrilled to see where we go the rest of the campaign. And then Matthew, you and I have some very exciting news. Why don't you tell the people, please?
Yes, absolutely. I'm Matthew. Finally, Madman DH, Twitter and Instagram, and I stream with Alk here, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Coming up, the 18th is the first episode of Squid Menace. It's live play D&D, an adventure of my own design. I'm DMing this time, and Alec is going to be a player, and you guys
Hell
get to
yeah.
see all the awful creatures I make up. So.
Gonna be menaced by some squids. Gonna be dope.
Oh my.
But that's what's going on with me.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to Squid Menace. Yeah, the 18th. We'll put more stuff on Twitter in the coming weeks. You'll see like more posts about it. But we have some really good crew for it too. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If you're watching this, you know who I am. Probably I am Alakazam, Pro DM, purveyor of all things homebrew. I stream a few times a week. I'm either doing here Phantom Pain. I will obviously be a player when Matthew starts doing Squid Menace. And that'll be here on this channel, alternating with Phantom Pain, same time slot, just different weeks. And then Wednesdays I'm doing Skies of Belarius. There's actually no Belarius tomorrow because a hurricane is going to hit the state where I live. So, just for the sake of, I don't want to be midstream and have the power cut out. Then every Thursday, I'm either a player in Redemption VA's Cyberpunk stream, What's Yours Is Mine, where I play Fireball, or I host Curious Creations, which is a stream where C. Leverett Art illustrates live on air, and I homebrew live on air, and we see what we come up with. We've made some weird, fucked up monsters. We actually had Matthew as a guest recently to make some weird monsters. But this week we have a very special treat because I'm coming out with a book of 100 subclasses for 5th edition D&D.
Wild.
It'll be out on Friday, but on Thursday when we do Curious Creations, we're going to roll a D100, see whatever subclass that is, and we're going to illustrate it, and I will show it off live on air.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So check that out if you want to see what that's all about. And then, of course, my other big announcement, if you're watching this, tomorrow, please, 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 if you like Cyberpunk, but you wish there were more vampires involved, on Altered Echo Archives, I will be DMing a short campaign called The Red Masquerade, which is a custom combination of Cyberpunk Red and Vampire the Masquerade of my own design. Got some really cool players, and yeah, you get to see Night City, and you get to see vampires tearing it up. So, you know, what could be better than that? I think that's everything. So let's take a quick gander. I believe, is there anybody online we can raid into? Let's raid into Kaz, shall we? Otherwise, again, cannot thank you all enough for watching. Your support makes a huge difference. So thank you, everybody. We're going to raid into Kaz the DM right now, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. What do we say, Matthew?
Goodbye, wizards, and remember, keep on whizzing.
Keep on. For the love of God, keep on whizzing.
Well,